I'm a computer engineering junior, and I'd like to open today by saying that I'm honored to stand here as a nominee for communications director. And tonight, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody for their continuous support in my journey to become an engineer. I'd like to thank everybody who has ever given me advice or pushed me to go beyond my limits. And most importantly, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to get to know me. I believe that having even one person support you can make a world of difference. So joining SHEP and finding a community of people ready to support me has been life-changing. And that's what I believe SHEP is about, people supporting people. As somebody who found out about SHEP through Instagram, I understand the importance of the communications director position. Whether it's connecting somebody to their first general meeting or keeping our current members active in the events that'll bring the best out of them, I'd like to be a part of this legacy that SHEP continues to grow. I'm confident that I can do well as communications director, and I'd like to ask you to entrust me with this position for the spring 2022 term. Thank you.
All right, Omar, so now we're gonna start with the questions for the position. So I'll have the first one, and excuse me if I'm reading, because it's been a long week, but so you know we're now, this organization is known nationwide, and part of that is because of our presence in social media.
Yes.
So what is one thing you would like to change about the social media, one thing you would like to keep, and then one thing you'd like to bring in to our social media?
So one thing I definitely like to bring in is more member participation into our social media. Just because looking across different organizations' pages, I do see that the posts with most engagement are posts that feature the members, and people like to support their friends. So I think that's really what we need to bring to our page, that energy that we have in our general meetings and the energy we have at all of our events. I'd like to put that on there by putting the spotlight on our members, by featuring their perspectives, and having more organic content. One of the things I would like to cut back on would be the way that the flyers are posted on our social media outside of Slack. Having a new perspective, being a new member this semester, I thought it was kind of overwhelming seeing all the different flyers and not knowing which events to go to. So I think getting people out to their first general meeting is the most important thing to do with our social side of the platforms we have. And one of the things I would like to keep would be the consistency, just because every time I refresh my feed, I do see SHEP on there. So that's one of the things that keeps me active in this organization.
Thank you. Okay, so the second question, a little bit long, so feel free to let me know if you want me to repeat it or anything like that. As communications director, you will be in charge of marketing events for the entire chapter. This involves making weekly flyers, announcements on Slack, and all social media platforms, as well as leading the outreach committee, among many other miscellaneous tasks. Given the time commitment this role requires, how will you manage your time to ensure you are successful in your role while also still fulfilling your academic and personal goals?
So during this semester has really been the first time I've been active in extracurricular organizations, as well as being really involved in academics. And I've really learned new study techniques to increase my efficiency and decrease the amount of time that I spend studying. So I believe that allotting that time towards the organization while implementing a stricter control on my schedule by using agendas or more calendars, or even just choosing where to spend my time as a resource more wisely would be the perfect thing to do in this position.
Okay, I'll ask the third one. I know you mentioned a lot of social media, and I'm sorry that we're in your feed 24/7, but yeah. What is other marketing strategies that you could consider it could be beneficial for us other than using Instagram? Like, what are other ideas that you have, to market our events, to market the organization and anything that we're doing?
So before joining SHEP, places I would see SHEP would include like their booths at different organizational fairs. So I think that's really beneficial, along with having like more physical contact with people, even if it's just saying like, hey, there's this organization, or even I know there's an effort right now to get other colleges involved, such as NSM. So I think reaching particular majors and groups is through classroom visits and flyers would be a good thing to do.
That's all the questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Omar.